All right, we're back, boys, friends, countrymen, Soma. We have returned for Star Trek, which I don't know how I feel about this show. I have mixed feelings, but we'll see.
It's certainly interesting.
Maybe. Did you
Hello?
just beep at me twice, Robo? What the heck?
I did what?
Did you beep twice? Did you join and then quit and then join again?
No, I clicked on the
Hand
channel,
pink waving.
and then I got a dialogue box that said join voice, so then I clicked join voice.
Oh. Okay.
I don't know why I got a dialogue box.
Okay, so important thing. So we're still using the YouTube version, but I'm tired of watching the intro. So everybody queue up to the title of the episode.
I love it.
So it has just finished fading in, and we're good. We're still using the YouTube version though. Okay. Ambergris incident element. Wait, element or incident? Element. Okay. I know we talked about what all the episodes today are last week, but I forgot. Hey Mark, what happens in the
there?
Ambergris element? Because I'm sure I don't know. Soma, what happens?
It's where they become able to breathe underwater and not on the surface of
An
the water.
enchanting tale
Like
it
a
is.
whale.
It's Ambergris
It's about the
becomes a
Starship
whale, yeah.
Enterprise
It becomes a whale.
embarking on a quest akin to
Probably.
seeking the most elusive white whale to mine a substance known as ryetilin. Much like our beloved
I think it's
humpback, they
Ritalin, but
navigate
whatever.
treacherous seas of space, finding precious ambergris amongst the stars.
Honestly, that doesn't help me at all, Mark.
Yeah.
So I'm
Trying to find
not
some unobtainium.
I'm not totally convinced that Soma isn't an AI.
This is a reference to me saying that you posted to some AI stuff.
Yeah.
which It was not good.
Soma, if you were walking down the street and came across a turtle on its back,
I would write the turtle on its front. If it was possible.
I've never
if
seen
it
that
wasn't.
movie. I don't know if that's the right answer. I assume it is.
It might be
I don't even know the reference.
Blade
I'm-
Runner.
Ah.
I've seen it.
It's
I
a void-
can't remember. How
Void
this
comp
conversation goes.
test.
There's
question
something
was,
about
you're
trying to
walking
determine
along in
if
the
someone's a
desert.
robot.
They say you're walking along the desert when you see a tortoise on its back. What do? And the guy's like, I've never walked in the desert. And he's like, okay, that's fine, but just imagine you are. And he's like, what's a tortoise? He's like, it's an animal. It's kind of like a turtle. Like, that's how you know that they're not
Wait,
a person.
Mark,
Because they don't have
if
memories.
you were walking in the desert and you came across a turtle flipped on its back, what would you do? Okay, let's see if Mark Twain is a robot.
If it was, we didn't mention it specifically desert. If it was desert, but questioning why it's there. And then I'd flip it on its back.
Well,
on its front.
my kind jabbernowl, I'd plumb reckon my duty would be to give the poor soul a turn. Much like our whale friends navigating the eternal waves, every critter deserves
man.
their fair shot at life's bounty. A creature in distress is a call to duty, much like Captain Kirk facing an interstellar pickle.
At
No,
least
I
you
don't know
care.
if it means pickle metaphorically or literally.
The
I'm gonna
point,
choose
the
to believe
point,
these men be literally. That's just much better.
the point of the void comp test is to give people different scenarios to see if they have memories to draw upon to create responses. Because the synthetic people only live for 3 years, and they don't have experiences outside of very
interesting.
very narrow field.
Right.
So that's why they get caught with the void comp test.
So the fact that our man here,
They're not AI. They're
uh,
synthetic people in
Right.
Blade Runner. Sorry, go ahead.
but I think we can take the fact that Mark here fell back on talking about whales again as evidence that he wasn't. Yeah.
He's got a very limited. He's got a
Sounds
very
pretty
limited.
lifelike
Right.
to
He's got
me.
a very limited. But his
think
life
he's
experience
legit.
is very focused to what you gave him.
Right.
And
Exactly.
that
Like,
What do you
makes
hate
him veil. That makes him
biologists for
veil.
knowing too much about whales? All right, press play in
No,
5,
but like if you keep
4,
asking him questions,
2, 1, play.
he's going to keep referencing whales. And that's going to fail the Voight Conf test.
Hey, Mark, if you were walking in the desert and you came across a whale flipped on its back, what would you do? Seismic
The predicament
disturbances
is as knotty
raise
as
the
a
seas?
tribble's fur. This vast and majestic creature flipped asunder, it's like a starship off course in the cosmic ether. As a humble wayfarer, I'd seek aid faster than Spock solves a quantum conundrum.
It's a good response. He knows he couldn't flip a whale by himself. He would look for help.
That's true. That's true.
Yep.
Is this Spock? Do we need to Voight Comp test him? He agrees with the doctor. Something's wrong. What was that? Was that a gunshot? No. It was a... Is it a whale? That looks like a whale to me, for sure.
With tentacles?
Yes.
This planet's equivalent of a whale.
I had a Sunjoy from Chick-fil-A, and I put it in the freezer last night to keep it cool, and I forgot it. Now I have a giant Sunjoy popsicle.
Okay.
Sunjoy is their lemonade sweet tea blend. Their homemade lemonade.
Can we do that? Are we allowed to stun the wildlife?
Please do not stun the wildlife.
Oh, it was just faking. No, it's got this. Yes. I vote for the fish. Grab on? Wait, can this thing not fly? What are they in?
They're apparently in a submersible.
But it has
fly.
nacelles. Does it not also? Is it not? Can it not go up?
Yes, that's the thing.
Is it a shuttle?
From the ship, so it must be able to fly.
It's likely they think they supposed to just power units in the animated series or something like that.
Do you remember when the Enterprise Z had a dune buggy for no apparent reason?
It wasn't for no apparent reason. It was for Patrick Stewart reasons.
Patrick Stewart, he wanted to drive a dune buggy, so they're like, okay, we'll work that in the script somehow.
Also, pay attention when we get interior shots of their aquatic shuttle thing. Out the window is space, not ocean.
Unfortunately,
Well,
that's the last time we
I
see
mean,
the
if the water
They
was
weren't
clear
gonna redraw
enough,
the
you'd see
background.
space.
The
That's
actual
just
shuttle.
deep, dark water, Ryan, with little things floating in it, all right?
Yeah.
But they were on the
Plankton.
surface of the water. There were no mountains or
At least it's
atmosphere.
an ocean.
It's nighttime outside.
But it... Alright. Yeah, this is probably fine. This looks fine. Wait, are they giant or close to camera? They
Yes.
look giant.
the just posted camera.
Okay, the perspective there was weird.
I do not.
Wind.
I do not.
Oh no, do they have gills now? Oh, now they're fish.
Yep, they're fish.
How does this did the fish alien do this to them? Is that like a rare element that turned them into a fish?
Yeah, we'll learn very shortly.
It's gillyweed. They accidentally ingested gillyweed. It's called a nictitating membrane.
What if we just run them through the transporter again? It worked in TNG. Ooh, reverb.
Yeah, they could just fix
So
any body issues with that.
Kirk is a merman now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just put him in cetacean ops.
Do we have cetacean ops in TOS? I thought that came about because
Yeah.
of the whole whale probe thing.
Yeah, they definitely don't. 'Cause they don't have whales in TOS. Probably don't even have dolphins either as well.
I don't know, Soma. Did we
Well,
train
maybe.
your language model on whether or not we have cetacean ops in TOS?
Hey, Mark, on the original
I mean, it's never
Enterprise in
mentioned.
TOS, was there cetacean ops? We'll find out.
I think yes. I think just that particular species that they got was extinct.
No,
Maybe
sir.
other ones as well,
There was
but not
no
all of
think they
them.
were
citation
alive, but
OPS
they weren't
aboard that
used.
celestial schooner. You may
There
as
were
well
no
quest for a
citation
humpback's
ops.
wings. But fear not.
He
for
said
the
OPS.
Enterprise was as dutiful in its operations as a well-oiled steamboat upon the waters of the mighty Mississippi.
All right. So when did Starfleet start having cetacean ops?
Eventually, for sure. Off screen.
Off screen, they decided to do it in TNG, just have it in the plans because it was fun.
Tuesday.
Maybe they
They
want to.
built cetacean ops around the same time that they found a picture of Gene Roddenberry's face on a bird.
So
Very strange
they have the
species.
ability to change them to this degree, and they choose to turn them into mermen. They could have done anything.
We're going to learn some reasoning for it in a bit. Whether you think the reason is good or not, we'll find out.
Oh god, it's a fish race. Oh no.
Yeah.
I think the reason is that they weren't creative enough to think of anything better.
Wait, are these mammals? Or are they fish?
Oh, certainly not.
Okay. So a couple of fish kids saw that they breathed air and they're
Merged.
like, oh, that's not right. Let me just fix that right up. And
Kind
now
of
we have
like
to...
when they rebuilt Spock as a pure human.
Yeah.
Like, huh, something's wrong with this one. It's broken. Let's fix the broken part. Or when the Telosians reassembled that woman that was in the ship
Yeah.
crash, and they put her together like a broken rag doll.
I'm curious in that how the Telosians in any way thought that made sense.
Well, if they were so advanced, they could definitely look at the genome and be like, this is what she should look like. They could simulate the genome, you know?
What if they didn't feel like it? What if that was just too much effort?
Yeah.
Well, that's fair.
How do you know, Spock? What do you
Uh,
mean?
It's the maintenance conduit.
Oh no. Wow. Well done.
Yeah.
What happened to those
I like
superior
that loop
Vulcan
there on the
reflexes, Spock?
struggling animation. Acrons. Oh. They
Very
Just like
Really
how the
went,
writers didn't put much effort into this
racked their
episode.
brains there for that one.
Look, it's a children's cartoon. What more do you need?
You call this a children's cartoon?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Do you think that Gene Roddenberry was trying to sneak stuff in, like, yeah, make the aliens sexier?
Well, do you need me to answer that? It's Gene.
Yeah, I'm sure he was.
These aliens aren't totally ripped because he thought that would make canonical sense. Oh, I think that left fish voiced the character in King's Quest 6.
Ah,
Oh, he plays one of the dog guards outside the castle.
That's a good recognition.
Prince Alexander has come again to steal the princess.
yeah,
It's totally him.
you're impossible.
It's not a mutation. We fixed you. It's not a mutation. You should be grateful.
But hang on, they're aware of the existence of air breathers just being out there, so they know they're non-fish people. Why would they assume Kirk is a fish? We're
They
supposed to be a
say no. They
fish.
saved their life. They saved their life. Their lives. Rather.
And I guess they know that other worlds have air breathers, but if they find someone on their world,
It is explained. They do explain it.
Do they know that there's other worlds?
No.
Oh, hey, Majel.
eh,
Hey. 9th character for Majel Barrett. So is this race like the Naga from Warcraft where they were land animals and then just the oceans raised so they turned into fish by magic?
They say that they're not going to kill them, but then they put them on dry land where they will almost certainly die without help.
Why is Scotty's
It's a
head
mermaid.
glowing?
Why what?
Why is Scotty's head glow? Oh, he's got one of those shields
She's got
on.
one of the shields.
Yeah. Or is that just a compositing artifact?
They were able to give Kirk and Spock environment suits when they were outside the water, but they couldn't give Scotty an environment suit while he's inside the water.
I don't know. This is much easier to draw. I think we should stick with this.
Yeah. It was just a quick shot, and they wanted to say, "Oh, they've got water in their heads in order to do it." It's just a visual indicator. That was all. I don't even think they had it on their heads when they did it. There you are. There's the explanation.
Okay, so they gene modded themselves. Okay.
Yep.
They went biological ascension path. I mean, aquatic is a pretty good trait.
It can induce violence, but I wouldn't say it would automatically.
A sea quake.
They're just going to have to violate their ancient temple to get the records,
Yeah,
entering
whatever.
forbidden areas and stuff.
It's
I'm sure
fine.
that'll endear them with the council, right?
Yeah, screw the council. They're fish. What do we care? Just bring some phasers down. Bring a security team and phaser the council.
You have a good old-fashioned fish fry.
Okay, that's neat though. I like the sunken city. Very ruined Earth.
And very ancient Greece in design, yeah.
Maybe not that part. That is like a freighter cargo under an acropolis for some reason.
Somehow that piece of paper is still intact.
We did it?
That was quick.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Immediately.
Yep,
No conflict. You just go.
sure. There we are. Always will be a complication.
There's always a bigger fish.
Misa, see, you have stole ancient knowledge.
Misa, won that
Man, the
knowledge.
Gungans were fun. I like Gungans more than fish people.
My theater here is showing like all the Star Wars movies.
We should go watch it.
They're showing the Phantom Menace.
Phantom Menace, of course, being Jar Jar Binks, Hidden Sith Lord.
Yeah. I think that was a real thing that
I
George
think
Lucas
George
backed
Lucas,
off on when he.
yeah, he was a coward.
Yeah. He should have doubled down with it. At least it would have been some interesting payoff for having such a horrible character. I mean, he literally cast the vote that made Palpatine the Chancellor. So you know,
He literally mind controls people.
who Jar Jar?
Yeah.
Do you think he made Anakin and Padme?
I think he made Anakin,
You
yes.
know.
Jar Jar is clearly
That's just the
Anakin's
same
father.
shot again.
The reason Shmi said that there was no father is because she was embarrassed.
Excuse me.
Yeah, just inject them with like increasing
Ovum
amounts
mutation?
of anti-fish juice.
Anti-fish juice.
Yeah, man.
Just make sure it doesn't come into contact with fish juice, so you'll have an explosion.
Like the Cardassians drink in the morning. Hot fish juice.
Oh, hey, it's Majel again.
That's not even.
That's probably how it
Shatner.
works.
It's also not Shatner who made that sound.
I mean, it was definitely
British, yeah.
filtered. They pitched it down.
Yeah.
Good evening.
What do you mean?
Evening.
Do you mean to wish me a good evening? Or that this is an evening to be good on? Or perhaps you mean to say that you feel good on this evening? Or you mean to wish me a good evening whether I wish it or not? Okay, no, it worked. Bones, you're a doctor. You know that's not how that works.
Well, in reality, cold, those sorts of colds where you actually catch it from being cold, is It's just that your body's already fighting that illness, we're told, and your body's immune system becomes weakened just you start shivering and you lose using energy for other things. It increases your susceptibility to illness.
Sensors.
Yes, we can definitely shoot a planet, and that changes the weather.
Well, I am wishing you a good evening. But it is also a good evening here. I appreciate it is not even there yet, though.
Yeah, it's a nice.
Well, it's evening for like a substantial fraction of the voice chat.
Yeah.
So. Half, is it?
The only time zones that matter are the American ones.
But time
It
zones
is
are
between
centered around
12:30 and
UK.
3:30 in the afternoon.
But
Unless
GMT
you're
is
in
a place
Hawaii,
you
but
can
who
fit
cares
in UK.
about them?
I mean, Hawaiians would rather not.
Ugh, gross. Air.
Old people are afraid of change, is what he's saying.
To be fair, young people are too.
Oh.
Well, youngish. I'm thinking like 30s. You know, the kind of people who are obsessed with Michael Burnham, those people.
Yeah. Cis white
Curious, have any of
Straight
you
white
played
males.
tridimensional
Obsessed.
chess?
30s is
Michael
definitely
Chess
when old
Pond.
sets in.
But you don't get it, Ryan. She
How old are you?
cries.
How old are you, Jyrings?
I'm about to turn 40, so I know of what I speak.
Why are you so old?
I don't know, it wasn't my idea.
Right. The next
Yeah, you're
episode is
very
the
old.
slaver weapon, which Soma knows what it is. Take it away.
It's the one where there's a weapon which has unknown power, and there's two factions which are after it. The Federation and another faction which we find the Krasinti. I think it's the Krasinti.
So it's Discovery Season 5?
It's not the cat people we see in Lower Depths, the other one.
The ones we never see again, as far as I know.
Possibly.
I don't think we ever see a live-action Kazinti. Also, just as a reminder, everyone queue up to... Give it a
Written
second.
by Larry Niven.
Queue up to the actual title. It's very important. Press
It
play
actually
in
tells you
5,
it's adapted from a
4,
particular story as well.
3, 2, 1, play.
There's a magic card named after him.
After Larry?
Yep. Well, they
Question.
they spelled his name backward to be all clever about it, but
Ah.
Was anyone playing
Nevin Arrow's
Helldivers
disc.
2?
We were robbed of live-action Kinty when Enterprise got cancelled.
We were robbed of a lot of things when Enterprise got cancelled.
God, we could have had so much Jeffrey Combs. It would have been awesome.
We could have had
Yeah.
some more Porthos.
But Jeffrey Combs as a regular, that is a tragedy to have lost.
Why is there a cube?
Because that's what contains the
It's an information cube?
it contains the item for the week. I've forgotten what the name of that.
Scotty made Porthos disappear.
Ah, Porthos. God, Scotty's a monster for that. Like, I'm glad the Kelvinverse mentions Enterprise a few times, especially in Beyond. But I can't believe they transported disintegrated Porthos. That's so messed up.
Porthos comes back in the IDW comic.
Is it? Spock, you're in space. Oh, yes, of course.
The MacGuffin. This week's MacGuffin. Or this episode's MacGuffin.
So now the interior shot of the shuttle doesn't have anything out the windows. They put the windows up. Why didn't they do that in the last episode on the water planet? That can't be right. You mean a third one, Spock? You just described two.
What was the name of the
The second
civilization that
one,
created these things?
It's Slavers.
With their eyes, Mr. Sulu.
Yeah.
I like how the slaver race did make just a trap box just to screw with people, though. That was pretty good. Having just a disruptor bomb with a pinbolt, solid. 10 out of 10. This is one factoid I do know about the show, which is that the reason Kazinti are pink is because the artist was colorblind. As with the Klingons.
Oh, I had to take a
that's very
colorblind
big.
test as part of my work training.
And
I'm not colorblind. I would. I mean, I thought about sending it to you, but we already know, so it's not like. I just was curious which ones you could see and which ones you couldn't see.
I'm red green, so whatever ones those are.
All of them. Yeah, the test was for red green colorblindness, and they're like, you have to be able to detect the subtle changes in hues and colors for appearance approval. So please take this test.
I'm one
Alright.
of the
Kazinti
weird
looks
people
so
with an
sad.
extra cone cell in my eyes so I can see some slightly more
Oh,
colors.
nice.
A tetrachrome.
I'm jealous.
Some sort
I'm
of
jealous
mutant.
of that. Yeah.
So what they have like butterfly vision? What colors would you see with an extra cone, and how would you know that you have it?
Look, it's a physical cone in your eye. You can take tests for it.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, how do you know? Like, if you could describe what it looks like, then I could know if I have it.
I think it's
There are tests you can get, like printed tests, like that will show like
it's
colors that
very
you.
unlikely though. It's almost exclusively women that have the extra cone.
Oh,
Almost exclusively. I think some men
I
do
was gonna
that.
say there are some painters that we think there are dudes that we think have it, right? I want to say Van Gogh's,
painters.
possibly.
Hey guys.
See, tetrachromacy.
Hello.
Let me see.
This is the colorblind pink cat.
Apparently, a 2010 study suggested that nearly 12% of women may have this fourth color channel. Nice.
Really?
According to the first link on Google. Did they, Sulu? How come we've never seen that or heard of that outside of this episode?
Yep, literally never again, no, before or since. And 200 years ago is a long time.
Wait, wasn't 200 years ago before Archer? What happened?
Yes.
I think he's also in an adventure game. Oh no, he's the same actor as the fish. No, this is the same guy.
Fishman. They had him come in and record both sets of lines in one sitting and save money.
Very possibly.
I ate too much Mexican food.
That looks kind of silly, honestly. It's like a mix between a Gorn and a duck.
So they use stasis box to keep their food fresh.
Possibly.
Stasis box is actually just a refrigerator.
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah,
Also,
refrigerator-
come
Make a
on,
stasis
Kizinti,
box is
it's one-hand weapon. Don't get all excited about it.
One hand weapon from 1 billion years ago.
But I hope it's just a hairdryer like it looks like. No, Gene, stop.
I mean, what could he possibly stand to gain from reading the mind of a lowly herbivore?
Or a woman.
I was trying to make you think I was going to say woman.
Yeah. Herbivores, gross. That would be especially
Yeah,
gross to a cat race, to be fair.
I had a big plate of barbecue Friday. It was great. At least 3 different animals had to die for that plate.
Or maybe it's because it's a piece of machinery from 1 billion years ago and it just doesn't work anymore.
I mean, it was in stasis, so it's still only, by its perspective, as old as it was when it was put in the box.
Man, at that time scales, even like quantum tunneling is gonna screw with it though. The atoms themselves would have decayed by this point.
Like how that swapped the wrong way round.
It is a little programmable mattery. What? Why? Why would they design it like this? Is he going to be bested by a woman? Wait, are Kazinti females not?
Apparently not.
Well, like, they're just cats, right? Because I don't think there's any significant difference between male and female cats.
So about those Tales of the Empire, really good episodes, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why. What? Is that a fidget toy?
Again, an energy draining thing which doesn't drain their life support belts for some reason. How convenient.
Yeah, I don't know why there's the assumption that ancient races must always be like super technologically advanced. I mean, they can't be that great.
Yeah.
They died.
Mhm.
They were bested by their slaves, apparently. Oh, come on, the cats aren't even trying.
Larry Niven was an amazing sci-fi writer from the 70s. He wrote a book called Lucifer's Hammer about a comet hitting the Earth and tsunamis, hitting all the coasts and people having to evacuate like to the inland, and how messed up it would be. Very horrifying, but in my opinion,
If
it's the
we all had
best
to move to like Nebraska, gross.
yeah, Nevada and stuff. Um, and I think it's the best post-apocalyptic book there is because but anyway, Larry Niven wrote this episode. Amazing writer.
Yeah, man, I totally planned it. I didn't miss. I meant to leave him alive.
You just shoved him over.
You do? Wait, what do you mean? His expertise in the field of weapons. He was a botanist and then a pilot. What expertise?
He was good at fencing.
Can't we just like stomp on it? Hit it with a rock? I like that the Kazinti is still polite. He's still saying Mr. Sulu. He's a very... For a Kazinti, he's a very nice cat.
Good kitty.
He's a very
Yeah,
good
so
kitty.
Dorothy Fontana, who was involved in TOS and TNG and the anime series, she's talked about how this episode the Kazinti were supposed to be scary, but the pink makes them not scary.
Over one heart. Oh, come on. You already beat him once. Spock, you could totally take him. He's just a cat. You just get him... If you got the cat in a headlock and just started like scratching him, you would immediately win. Also, Spock, that's not true. You have antimatter warheads.
Yeah, and your phasers can literally level a city in seconds. Level a continent in seconds, I think was the actual quote.
But Sulu, there's no dirt here. It's an ice planet.
Yep. Also, the wind is knocking them.
It would have been amazing, though, if that was the first setting they tried, because Chuffed Captain shot it at their feet. He could have just detonated all of them.
Killed absolutely everyone there.
Oh, and it makes the same sounds as TOS things, as Starfleet things. Nice.
Good question. Good point.
Okay, so the reason the Kazenti think this is haunted, or someone thinks it's haunted, is because it talks like a ghost.
It's just, no, they just have legends that some are haunted and this might or might not be haunted.
What page are you looking at?
Yeah, I was trying to listen. I think that might be Majel.
A spooky gosa.
I'm just going to count it as Majel Barrett. That's fine. Oh, yeah, so the computer just not going to let them use it? Wait, but it'll let you use it, Spock.
You didn't get to the computer setting.
Self-destruct? Are they about to destroy themselves?
Yep.
Yep. Yes, they are. Oh, so, okay, it seems like we won. We did it. We just had to wait for them to kill themselves. I still think a photon torpedo is more powerful than this thing. I mean, it's a little more unwieldy to hit things with a photon torpedo.
You can do so from a much safer distance.
Okay. We did it. And that was the slaver weapon. It was a photon torpedo generator that if you try to use it, it explodes and kills you. Nice. Very, very convenient. Still don't know who the slavers are. They were older than the progenitors, though, right? Than the TNG goo people? I think they were. I was trying to think of that. We've had a few slaver races. Who are the ones that enslaved the Klingons for a while? The Herc. There is no way those were Herc, right?
Yeah.
Herc are way too recent.
Yeah, it's a billion years ago.
Alright. Eye of the Beholder. I didn't actually queue up properly. Let me queue up now. Quickly, press play now. Now, Eye of the Beholder, of course, Beholders have a beam weapon. At the start of each turn, they can fire one of 6 different beam settings from their eyes. Disintegration rays, particularly fun.
Here's a crack theory. It's the Q Biafre they became omnipotent.
Old Q weapon. Could be.
I missed you guys last week, but the episode with the devil, the
Devil just
Lucifer
wanted to hang
candidate-
out. He was totally chill.
Yeah, he was a chill devil. So it's very much like the Ardra episode, because it's like, are you in TNG when devils do? Because it's like, are you really Lucifer, or are you just like impersonating him or her?
Cosplaying as Lucifer.
Yeah. And then but interestingly enough about the Ardra episode, I feel like there's another religion where people were waiting 2,000 years for a Messiah. So and then imagine like that person comes back, or like some charlatan comes back with future tech. Okay, and sorry, the other thing is, though, that same devil episode, because they go to the center of the galaxy to find the Lucifer candidate. And that's straight out of Star Trek V, which is you go to the center of the galaxy to find God. Or
Yeah,
whatever
there are
that thing is.
several competing theories in Star Trek for what's at the center of the galaxy.
Yeah.
It could be a magical portal to another realm.
Mhm.
It could be a
galactic
malevolent alien entity cosplaying as God. It could be a friendly race of floating heads that just want to hang out and talk to you.
Mhm.
There may
Or
or may
Lucifer.
not be a great barrier.
And Lucifer.
It's the koala.
It could be the koala.
Yeah, it could be the koala. Also a giant supermassive black hole. That's like our silly idea,
I don't think that's even in Star Trek. I don't think they knew about
mentioned
it.
it. They mentioned
that?
Discovery. The black hole at the center of our galaxy. That
Hey, Mark
Oh, yeah,
Twain, in
that's
Star Trek, did
later
they ever
episodes, yeah,
mention the black hole at the center of the Milky Way? And if so, in
mentioned
what
Discovery,
episodes?
but it is the earliest.
I don't think they have.
I feel like Discovery mentioned it.
It's possible.
Maybe
in
Discovery.
That is the point.
Indeed they did, but 'tis as elusive as a humpback's song in the open sea. This cosmic maw, a black hole, anchors its mention in a handful of episodes, yet evades me specific recollection, akin to an eel slipping through
I
one's
think
grasp.
you're lying to me, Mark. It was totally in an episode. Don't worry about which ones.
Yeah.
Come on, Mark.
Does he have the entirety of Memory Alpha downloaded into him?
Does he have what?
Memory Alpha.
The Memory
the
Alpha
website,
downloaded into him.
the Wikipedia for Star Trek Alpha canon.
It seems plausible they would have trained on it.
No, he just has the
Hey,
scripts.
Mark,
fed
were you
into it.
trained on the information contained in Memory Alpha? Why not just get a primary source? Just ask him.
Ah, fair
That same
inquiry.
sound again.
Indeed, I have delved
Yep.
into that grand
Alien monster
repository they
sound.
call Memory Alpha, embarking upon its wells of knowledge like Captain Nemo in the vast oceanic depths. 'Tis no better treasure for a devotee of Star Trek's lore, I dare say.
So yeah, it sounds like he's familiar with it.
So just they can't give a specific reference then.
Is he gonna cure the Godzilla monster? Did he get crushed by the Godzilla monster? Yes. Okay. How? Look at it, dude. I guess we could beam him out. Bones is dead, right? No, there's no way Bones survived that.
Yeah, no kidding.
He just got crushed by a crate
Yeah.
dragon.
This is the episode where they mention cannabis, right?
The Northern Lights? Cannabis indica? I don't know. We'll keep an ear out for cannabis. But then this was the 70s?
Yeah.
So they're probably
groovy.
not super keen on it.
I mean, they've pretty much done
No.
psychedelics in Star
Hang on,
Trek
they
a
just
few
said
times.
Canopus. It's the name of a planet. It's a different. No, it's not cannabis. It's Canopus.
Also, Canis is Latin for dog.
Captain, doesn't strike you strange that we're showing this screen upside down?
Mm.
It's just showing the reflections in the water.
I know, but all right. Oh, is that a dinosaur
really
city?
talking
God, I
about it.
hope that dinosaur was just like a local. Not a monster,
Spock,
just a dude.
don't drink the water. McCoy, gulging.
Is this okay? Is this another dream planet?
We'll see. It's really fun me knowing what's coming up and not you.
Maybe this is a planet like the Casino Royale. They scan the Enterprise's computer banks and they're like, oh, they like forests and rivers. We'll just make that for you. They think dinosaurs are pretty cool. Let's put a dinosaur in. It feels a little Mirkwoody. Oh god, it's the same
Here we
sound
go.
effect.
Yeah, literally as I said the first time. Same sound effect every single time.
Guys, budgets,
This is the cage again.
and also they use the same animation too of the winged dragon creatures. At some point, AI is just gonna be able to draw characters and
They can do
animate
that
them.
now.
And animate them.
Yep, they can also do that now. Is this supposed to be pink or is the artist colorblind again?
Not sure.
It looks pretty ridiculous. It reminds me of in Starship Troopers, they have this like giant brain creature to be the queen of the insects.
Telepathic
But I think
slug monsters?
my point of bringing up the Star Trek 5 and the Ardra episode, animated series had a lot of plots that were like recycled into later things.
Wait, what happened to the... Wait, where'd they go?
They just walked off.
Okay.
I didn't see them. Don't worry about it.
We get Troy in here? Are you sensing friendship from the slugs? Spock, you don't know that. All you know is there's water that's too pure, there's slugs, and they have a city and a chandelier. I mean, I feel like if I saw a fish with like a gun in its mouth, I would have questions. If I saw ants carrying around torches, definitely have questions. Spock, what? Did I hear that right? Spock says he's attracted to the elephant monsters?
To some creature.
I don't know. Are we sure maybe the grass is too
Oh,
pure? Maybe it's too green.
this is the cannabis that was referenced earlier.
Is this a moral lesson of how it's immoral to keep animals confined?
Let's see.
Oh, hey, Majel.
Yeah. Yep.
They have a holodeck grid on the floor.
Ah, yes, the classic armed crab, of course. So, one major way this animated show seems to differ from original series was always about like a moral lesson at the end. There was like a fortune cookie thing. Animated series doesn't seem to care. They just put
Sometimes
characters
there's
in
an
a weird
ending, but
situation and they solve it and the episode's over.
yeah. Sometimes it's a moral lesson, but not every time.
At least they don't have
Maybe they would.
enough time to spell out the moral lesson for us.
Yeah. I don't know. Have you tried doing the classic thing of like typing out prime numbers? I hope Nancy is also Majel Barrett.
Maybe for sure.
Are we still going under the assumption that the slugs think we're not intelligent? Because it seems pretty obvious. They came in a starship with medical equipment and communicators. It's not exactly subtle. Now, what if we concentrate on the phasers? Have any other episodes had a moral thing? Because this one seems like it's going to.
I think there's one or two.
What about... Wait, where's the Enterprise again?
The music's going nuts.
It was a very dramatic conversation. Oh, we already tried that. Maybe if you could touch one. Do the Vulcan mind touch.
Find it ugly too.
Okay, so we can't attempt a rescue. Can we attempt an orbital bombardment, perhaps?
Only way to be sure.
Everyone concentrate on photon torpedoes raining from the sky.
After all, this is the one episode where Scotty follows orders on do not send people down to rescue.
Scotty General
is that a
Order
little
24
baby
in
slug?
2 hours.
Honestly, how does a species like this even build a society? They don't have hands. It feels important.
I felt that thing at the end of their mouth or
They have
face.
mouth tentacles? Is that how they do stuff? Whoa, 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 whoa. The alien was allowed to enter the zoo exhibit. That's so dangerous for the kid. Captain Kirk could be Oh. Scotty, beam the rest of them up. Yes, we'll kill the baby if you don't return her officers. Concentrate on the picture of someone holding a phaser to the baby. Oh god, not her. Let's trade MRES for our other officers. Scotty, did you bring a phaser? What? Excuse me?
Yep.
Oh no, see, everything's fine. Don't worry about it. Seriously though, why are they allowed to enter the exhibit? That's so dangerous. That makes sense, actually. The aliens are too intelligent for the humans, so you find one that's really dumb, so it's closer to your intelligence level.
Yep.
That makes sense. It's good writing. Okay, but how long? Alright, doesn't matter. Now can we orbitally bombard? That's also Kirk. No, wait. Why are you leaving Spock behind?
Yeah.
All human. Guess Spock ain't going home this episode.
Eh,
Yeah, he's gonna spend some time in
green-blooded.
the zoo. Just have some happiness.
No, Spock. It's really simple. Actually, you just need to know the nature of its orbit and rotation. It's not that complicated.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. I guess it's complicated for a Vulcan.
Eh.
Very selective knowledge about mathematics.
Oh, the next episode is problematic to say the least.
Oh,
Well,
really?
it's called the Jihad.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
It's probably metaphorical.
Oh,
Oh, boy.
Anyway,
It's
about
a
50
fun
seconds to the
twist.
Jihad.
It's a fun twist, but the episode itself is
Wait. Why does it have the Pirates of Orion next? Wait, what? Where's the Jihad? Where did it go? Alright, hang on. Pause the countdown. I need to find out what episode is where.
this is the episode, I think. No, maybe.
Stand by. What?
Them.
Where did it go? He was here earlier. I don't know where it went. Pirates of Orion. Why is it queuing up Pirates of Orion next? Let me load up the playlist again. It's sort of a hassle to find the actual playlist on YouTube instead of the individual things. Where did it go? Science fiction category, Paramount Plus. Star Trek the Animated Series. The Eye of the Beholder, then the Jihad. What happened? I'm very confused. Alright, I'm going to my backup source. Everyone queue up to the title screen again. Okay, I have it. So this version you might want to watch in plus 4 or 5% speed, because apparently there's a frame rate difference. I don't know what happened. I don't know why it's missing, but it is. You know, should be nice and problematic.
Yeah.
So, what makes it problematic, my dude?
Oh, you'll see.
You need to press play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. Oh yeah, I don't have subtitles on this version. Dang it. What could it be? So here's what I know about this episode. There is... God, what do I know? There's bird people, and there's lava somewhere, and it's kind of it. There's a car.
Yep. There's lava.
There's Uhura playing a cat. Oh, he looks so sad. Laura is straight out of like an action cartoon.
She's straight up seen a warrior princess. Or whatever that show is called.
We straight up formed a D&D adventuring party.
Yep.
You begin in a tavern.
Before D&D.
Is it before D&D? D&D's really old.
It might have been primitive D&D instead of advanced D&D at the time.
Let's see. D&D was... The first release was
1974.
1974. Let me just put Jihad into my search history real quick.
1973. Just pre the release of D&D. However, there was a version of D&D
Okay.
before D&D.
So, D&D ripped off the animated series.
I mean, there is technically a version of D&D that D&D is based on. That was a wargaming book or something like that.
Oh, are we going to get some Days Volts in here?
So my microphone's not been working this whole time. Hello, again.
Hi.
When you started talking about D&D, I said, remember the time my monk single-handedly punched the end boss of our campaign to death?
Remember that time Soma gave you a homebrew item that was massively overpowered on a week I wasn't there?
It wasn't no, it was not a homebrew item. It's a real item. It's in Baldur's Gate. It's a little different, but it's in Baldur's Gate. It's not a homebrew item.
Yeah, and I sent you a picture of it in Baldur's Gate, and what do you consider canon? You're like, oh wow, it's so much weaker.
Well, if you look it up in actual D&D, it's exactly what I had, and they must have nerfed it for Baldur's Gate because reasons. I don't know.
Because it's stupid.
Baldur's Gate isn't
so you
exactly
give it power?
1-to-1.
Yeah.
All
What
right.
was the weapon? The
I
item
don't
again?
think Soma gave
gloves
it to
of
me. I
soul
think
catching.
I bought it from you, Ryan.
No, I would not have given you this.
I used
Absolutely
my
not.
DKP points or whatever to get the gloves of soul catching.
Anyway, back to the Jihad. So what are they going after? I was occupied.
There was something which was stolen from the Birdman's people.
From the bird
that
people?
if
Ugh,
not returned
okay.
will lead to a jihad attacking everyone else in the galaxy.
Get a drone.
I like them trying to do the old man voice. It's a guy in his 30s just going, "We will scout ahead." And that's all you need to do. So they're old now.
Yeah.
Why are we zoomed in? Stop it. Oh, did you see the background mountains shifted a few pixels? No, Gene, stop. Also, I think this is the first alien we've ever met that's from Brooklyn.
Gyrinx, did you see a Bronx Tale?
No. Why?
Just wondering.
Bronx Tale.
So what are the roles here? So there's Xena Warrior Princess, she's the fighter, or barbarian maybe. Spock is a sorcerer. Kirk is a bard.
Mage. Is Kirk a bard? Are bards
so.
leaders?
They're supposed to be charismatic. And keep in mind we're talking about Kirk, not Shatner.
Bones would be a cleric.
Yeah. But for this adventuring party here on the
Scotty
Plenty,
would be an artificer. Scotty, an artificer.
What's the bird? Is the bird a ranger? Big on scouting?
Maybe a rogue.
Did they say lava flow?
Maybe.
Kind of like sabotage.
Sabotage.
No, Kirk doesn't say sabotage. You say sabotage. He says sabotage.
Sabotage.
Are we sure this is how volcanoes work? The lava just sort of devolves into the atmosphere. Dissolves. And it's, wow, it's real high velocity. It kind of sounds like he's trying to do a Christopher Lloyd impression. I mean, this doesn't seem super problematic so far.
Great Scott.
It's weird, and I'm still not totally sure why we're here, or why Kirk cares. But, I mean, it doesn't seem offensive. There were a couple mentions of a holy war, but whatever, that happens. The car, though, does sort of sound like it's... Well, it sounds like a prop going across wood is what it sounds like. Oh, you fool! Spock, what have you done? Yes, do it, leave him. Leave him behind, it's not worth it. Also, Spock, you could already be back at the car by now if you didn't stop to argue.
This is so
we-
absolutely not how lava works.
That's totally how lava works, see? You can see it.
He's literally saying, get a room, you two.
Oh, Spurk. Man, this planet sucks. Wait, also, where's the Enterprise right now?
It's nowhere close. They can't know what this mission is.
There's a circus tent down there, Kirk. Oh, Spock, leave him, you fool. Oh, it turns out the bird's really strong. It was actually super easy.
Really an inconvenience.
Damn. Oh, come on, leave him alone. He just wants to, like, lay down and die. Don't be so rude.
Are you supposed to let people do that?
Yeah, man. I mean, he looks like a caterpillar anyway. Rolling up is his whole thing. He's just gonna cocoon. His soul? Why did we zoom in? I mean, I gotta imagine Score's extra tired, though. Flying sounds absolutely exhausting. Like, have you all seen the Bee movie? Even Seinfeld, or whoever it was. Who was it? Even the dude who plays the Bee knows flying is exhausting. Whoa, okay. It's a common thing in this show. The wide shots of the characters almost never look anything like the close-ups. Captain Kirk there looked especially scary. Oh, is her name? Wait, no. I have to remember the timelines. I was going like, oh, is her name Laura because Lara Croft? No, it's the 70s. Okay, so he's the rogue.
The dramatic lockpicking music.
I mean, it looks like the Enterprise is pretty close. What? No, even he... Oh, wait. Never mind. I thought Score was doing the Cliff Razor sound with his mouth. No, he was just surprised. Oh, bird fights? Jesus.
Mechanized?
Yeah, they're robot bird dragons. Wait, his name's Tar? Who's Score?
His name is Char. He is a Score.
Oh, he's raised his Score. Okay. I really like Dino Man, though. I like his eyes that go out to different sides, and they're always wide open. I love him. Is that a... What? Wait, what do you... Did I miss something? That looked like it was just on the other side of the same room.
No, it's in the air. It was poor animation in that first part.
No, Spock, I suggest sabotage. You suggest sabotage. Are we sure it's in the air? That looks like it's just like 1
It
foot
is
off
very,
the
very,
ground.
very, very, very poorly positioned. You see when they start going up that it is actually up in the air. It's just, yeah, it's just not good.
No, it's like, when did they start doing that? Was it
No,
Renaissance
no
they
one left
started doing
behind.
perspective? It's pre-Renaissance art where everything was just fully isographic.
Flat,
Perfectly flat.
as all things should be. You could try it.
Or maybe we just leave. Maybe we use our phasers to blast a hole in the wall and we just leave. My god, he was...
That's even worse, that shot. When it's below them in their perspective.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Kirk, you know you've got a gun, right? He's just sort of hovering there. Dude, come on, it's just a floating ribbon. It's not that big a deal. I don't understand. Do they explain what this thing actually is? It's the soul of Score, and it's very important to them, but like, what is it?
I've forgotten, it was mentioned at the start.
You have to burp, Captain Kirk. Oh, come on. We could totally shoot him. Well, the Soul of Score is just a religious artifact, the theft of which could ignite a galactic holy war. Okay. Wait, that was it? We could just beam?
Why does that guy want to die so bad?
He wants to be a martyr. If the transporter works on this thing, why didn't we just do that in the first place? Why did we?
Because it needed to know where it was or something like that.
Then, but why did they have to
Have a link
climb? Couldn't they just, once they found it, couldn't they just go, oh, it's here, beam it up?
Hmm.
Wait, so it's a religious artifact for both the Kzinti and the Score? And so, like, whichever faction controls it, the other one's going to try to kill them to get it back?
It's more something which is keeping the story really light, and if it wasn't there, they would attack everyone else.
Okay, we did it?
Yeah.
All right, back to the
We
YouTube
stopped
version.
the Jihad. Yay.
Did he? It didn't seem like... I'm very unclear as to what actually happened.
What was the big problematic thing? I didn't seem.
It wasn't necessarily that problematic. I never probably put my mismemory of it. But yeah, it's just a little bit of jihads and things like that.
I mean, okay.
Yeah.
Could have
It
been.
wasn't as bad as
It
I
was
thought.
fine. It was chill.
Okay.
Next episode is
was
the
one,
Pirates of Orion, which is much more problematic. Because, well, we're just going to assume that they're pirates because they're Orions. You can't do that.
Yeah, you can.
Tendi would be so upset about this episode. Not cool, Jean.
But she's like queen of the pirates.
No, she was going to be queen of the pirates, then she left to do science. I'll have you know that many Orions haven't been pirates in over 5 years.
Many Orions haven't been pirates in over
this is the
5
one
years.
with Orion.
And she was right about the Orion scientists.
Yeah.
Scientist ship that found the portal.
Astria Tendi.
I haven't had to take a life in over 5 years.
Yeah, press play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. The Pirates of Orion. Written by Howard Weinstein, directed by Bill Reed, who are just evil, making all kinds of assumptions about Orions. Not cool.
Yeah, Spot gets the illness which can only be cured by a certain thing, and they've got to send a freighter to go to bring it to the Enterprise, and stuff ensues.
Eric, why would you say that?
Gave him a stroke. He's like, I really don't want to be a diplomat. Fuck.
Sorry, boss, I'm sick today. I can't come in for the politics.
Oh no, my one weakness, diplomacy.
There's so much choreostetosis in the air. I can't go on. Bones, wouldn't you have checked that before? You just had an outbreak. How did you not know this already? Is there one in the sector, perhaps? It's pretty close. Okay, Bones, just say 2 days. Come on. Could there be another ship in the sector at Beta Canopus? Could it possibly be? Is there another ship?
Beta Canopus.
Is there a person that's known as Starfleet Lieutenant? I'm very confused.
Sure. What if we just put Spock in a stasis box?
What if we put Moriarty in a stasis box?
Did we take Moriarty out of the simulation once we got the holo emitters?
Did we take him out of the simulation once we got the holo emitters? He was inside of that little simulator box with no physicality.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then eventually, a few years later, Janeway came back with mobile emitters. And they figured out how to build emitters.
Well, since that was
in the real
based
world.
on 29th century technology, they couldn't use that for him.
But they did adjust the technology so that they could put emitters like built into the walls of starships and stuff. Like
well, technically, they could have done that in TNG too. I don't think anyone wants to be Andy Dick, even Andy Dick. Would Starfleet use mobile emitters? And would Moriarty be mad if you're like, oh, by the way, all the last 17 years you've spent in the box, it's fake. Now we finally came up with a way to get you out, so we did it. Don't kill us, please.
I think that's fine. To be fair, he did try to kill them. Well, kinda. Mr. Spock, it's time for another shot. Spock? No, he's a sleepy Spock. Hang on, that says USS Huron. Earlier, Kirk said it was just the SS Huron. What's the deal, Gene? Oh, it's Sulu. Is that... Wait, no, that's the Vulcan ship Toplanahat. And that's Majel Barrett.
Yep. We've seen a lot of roles.
No, that's totally the Toplanahat. That's the one that landed in Bozeman, Montana, hung out and danced.
True.
Spock, just take a nap. It's like you're... Oh? His solar system's out of alignment? What? What? What does that status show? I thought that just showed he died. Oh no, are they going to resurrect him at the end of the episode? Is he going to die?
Oh no, you killed Spock.
Did they kill Spock again?
Yeah, I'm awful familiar with that koala.
Oh, hey, Spock. How's the family? How's it going? Same time next week?
If we didn't have one self-contained catastrophe per week, anyone magically observing our lives would get bored.
They're listing lazily to the right. What an evasion. Now they're going left.
I think you mean port and starboard.
I think you mean... I don't know, yeah, that's... I forgot the space-to-place terms for it.
Sounds a little Klingon-y. Maybe we could just trade like some of the cargo. Do they want some ditriticale? It's interesting that the angle they draw the Enterprise at is not the direction it's actually traveling in. Spock, take a sick day. We know you've got the time. I mean, do we have other Vulcans on board? Maybe we could do a transfusion? Swap
No, I
out
don't
some
have any
of
other
them?
Vulcans.
One Vulcan per ship. That's Starfleet quota.
No, Voyager has 2.
Does it?
Yeah. Horny guy in
Oh,
engineering
yeah.
and Tuvok.
Tuvok and Torek and or Vorik.
This rival ship as well is full of Vulcans.
Yeah, there was a ship in Deep Space Nine that was all Vulcan. All Vulcan all the time.
Baseball playing Vulcans. Horrifying. I really wonder how Captain Solok sold that to his crew.
We just want to make sure we beat the other people in Deep Space Nine, yeah, sure.
It is
You
only
want to show you're better
logical
than them, don't you?
to utterly wreck the humans. Man, the Federation designs are so weird in this show.
Yeah.
Really,
They
all
can
the
just
ship
draw
designs
whatever
are,
they like.
but jeez. Do we care? He'll come back to life anyway. You know this, Bones. Come on, he's a main character.
Vulcans are the worst race to play board games.
Vulcans
Why?
are the kinds of people who look up the meta before their first casual game.
Yeah.
Absolute
Are you?
worst.
I feel personally attacked.
Well, don't look up the meta.
What do you mean? Why do you think I picked the bracers of defense, boost the speeds, and gloves of soul catching for my monk?
It's just a casual game, man.
That's the way I have fun. Like, what's
Fucking
wrong with that?
Vulcans.
I don't understand. People are like, you are enjoying the game incorrectly because you're trying
Correct.
harder than I am. Like, no.
Is that really trying hard? Looking up the meta and just picking what it says?
You need to look through all the magic items
even-
in the book and decide for yourself which are the best.
I mean, I wouldn't say that either, but
It is trying hard. Just ask the Chinese.
It's more about being in line with everyone else in the game.
Is D&D really big over there?
If one person,
No, I'm
one
just
person does
saying,
it,
you know,
then it's
like
not fun to everyone else.
if looking up the solution and going directly to the solution is wrong.
I'm
they
not
have
saying
a
it's wrong.
penchant
I'm just
they
saying
have
it's
a
not
penchant
effort.
for copying solutions to things, like potentially stealing all of the blueprints for F-35 and F-22 in order to build their J-20. I mean, it's not hypothetical. They did. The guy was arrested for it.
Wait, what? These asteroids explode on contact? How does this asteroid field still here?
Yeah.
This isn't a real asteroid field. This is a sci-fi highly dense asteroid field.
I mean, we don't actually know that that's how asteroid fields work in everywhere. We only compare that to
No,
our
we
and go,
do. There's no way an asteroid field that's as dense as they are and actually difficult to navigate with a starship
I mean, it could
would
look like this,
still
like if
exist after any appreciable amount of time.
what if like
after
a
the
stellar
amount of time,
body
yes, but
went through a solar system and ripped apart a planet on its way through and formed this sort of field?
it definitely wouldn't be a common thing, but it's definitely something that can occur. We just compare to our when people say, "Oh, it couldn't happen," we compare to our solar system, so our asteroid belt, which is a
Jesus
completely
Christ,
different
what is this?
formation to it. It shouldn't work.
Are we
I
watching
mean, if it were
Thundercats
difficult
now?
to fly through an asteroid belt, the asteroids should be hitting each other in that belt. I mean, right?
Eventually, the
Because they're
asteroid belt is going to
just
be a
flying
big
at
dust
random
ring.
through the same
Guys, there are
belt
much
you're
more
talking
important
about.
things going on. Look at these aliens who Captain Kirk just called Orions.
Oreos?
Babel resolution?
They
That
look
is
like
not an
Marvel
Orion.
bad guys from
Yeah.
like the 70s. They should be like
Yeah,
in an
it's
old Iron Man
Thundercats.
cartoon.
He-Man, maybe? Yeah.
They're like henchmen for the Mandarin in Iron Man or something. Once again, I forgot to upgrade my crew. Damn it.
It's not
Orion.
Orion. Stop it. God, freaking Canadians. That does sound like a good deal. Or you could just leave. Based on what we learned in Strange New Worlds, the Orions would totally be into this,
INB4,
right?
we have an
They see
Alderaan
trading as a sign of
situation
respect?
where the debris field is just the remains of B-tased or something.
Be tased, yes. The AI's trying.
Frickin' Canadians, Sabo tagging everything.
Captain Kirk, we will trade you the drug for the location of the Allspark.
That's December. December would muted Robo.
We really need to get a Canadian in here so we can verify if Bill Shatner is just Shatnering or if that's just how Canadians pronounce things.
So there is a word Orion. There is a Lake Orion, and it's pronounced Orion, but it's spelled the same way as Orion. So
Okay, sure, but these are Orions.
I understand. I'm just saying that whoever is reading it could be used to hearing it pronounced the other way and assumed.
Well, I vote Gene goes into the recording booth and yells at him to fix it. What if, when the Orions lower their shields to transport the captain, we just beam the cargo back and leave? Wait, they're beaming down to an asteroid? That... Alright. So we've got to use this explosion property, right? Are we going to use that to destroy the Orions? Are we going to throw an explosive asteroid at them? Yeah. Honestly, I don't think the Federation would do anything about one stolen cargo. But he's seen Orion too? Yes. Beam up the crystals and leave. Wait. Did they beam the explosives out of his backpack? Is that what they did?
Yep.
Oh. Wow, they actually used the transporter tactically. Impressive. Yeah, I don't think this whole suicide thing is canon to Orions anymore.
Oh, this whole episode isn't canon to Orions, other than maybe they pirated. Even though
Uhura,
who
not
said
you
Orion?
too. They had to have been directed to pronounce it like that. And now we just leave.
Kirk as well.
I'm not sure about the Orion's response here. If they were already willing to suicide, I would think they would like try to fight the Enterprise or like ram it or something. They just gave up. Not impressed.
Are the Orions like the aliens with the half black, half white face? Hee hee.
That doesn't sound right. Alright, let's see if the next episode is the correct one. What are we watching?
Bem. It's the one which can split itself into multiple parts.
Bem. Alright, everyone queue up Bem right to the to the title of the episode. And then we're almost done with the animated series overall. Very short. So how about that weather?
Oh, it's been quite nice recently.
Nice and rainy?
No, it's been nice and sunny.
Gross.
It has rained a bit, though.
Last episode. Everyone queue up. Bam. Selma, what's BAM about?
It's basically the creatures which can split that we see in lower decks.
Oh,
and
the Dopplers?
They're split into several parts of their body, and basically
5,
one joins them in an observation of
2,
a away mission, and
1.
doesn't go very well.
Play. Okay. Away mission that doesn't go well. Selma, do you know how unspecific that is? Do you have the slightest idea of how little that narrows it down?
Okay. It doesn't go well because of BEM.
This is when you can tell they were running out of character designs. At first it was, oh man, we can do so much new stuff? And then it's just these aliens.
I mean, I
really
think they
asterisk.
look alright. I mean, we did also just have the
You always say they're the
bird
aliens who can
people and
split
the
apart, and
caterpillar.
Ryan always responds the Dopplers.
Look, I have no memory. I don't know what to tell you.
You have no memory? What are you,
No.
an Altair?
A who? A what?
An Altair. An Altair was an early computer that had no memory.
No, Altair Ibn Lahad
It's
was
me.
the
I'm the
main
Dopplers.
character from Assassin's Creed.
Never mind.
Oh, okay, I have a little memory because not only is this the same species as in Lower Decks, they kept this one thing.
Yep.
They don't use first-person pronouns. Okay, no, shoot him. No, I don't like the species.
We're also gonna get a retread of the TNG episode Justice.
I didn't mean Justice retreads this.
Yeah, the TNG Justice ripped off the animated series. This one thinks that Bem is clearly evil.
This one merely hides shipments.
This one has fought mudcrabs more fearsome than you. Wait, do they use second-person pronouns, or do they just say that one?
This one is not aware that Ben Bem is hung.
Don't make it weird. Aha! What an excellent trick, Bem.
Oh, yeah.
Don't use the passive voice with me, Bem.
What just happened?
Yeah,
remember
as I said,
in Lower Decks?
Oh, pickpocketing skill 100.
In Lower Decks, there was a motivational speaker lady who was testing the crew, and she had that ability. Though I don't think we ever saw hands come out of her legs.
She never needed them.
Oh, that's what it was called. It was Excretus of Borg, or I Excretus.
I had a daily mission in War Thunder, Soma, that was to take place
This one is
1 through 4.
Excretus of Borg.
the last instant of the match, somebody did something that bumped me down to 5th place by like 8 points. I'm like, are you kidding?
I believe that is what the kids call a skill issue.
Yeah.
This one suffers
it's a
from
skill
dentata.
issue.
This one thinks we should shoot them before things get out of hand. And they really like this music cue. I mostly remember this music they're playing now from in TOS. They really like to examine like dangerous or glowing plants.
Yeah.
Whenever there's a plant-based problem, they play this music. You know, whenever they walk around that
This
one
one is
singular
unsure
rock
as to
face
the
they
remaining
have to
capacity
start
of
the
its thermal
episode.
clip. This one wonders whether the criminal scum considers itself fortunate.
This one is your father,
His
Luke.
His head,
This
his
one
arm, and
thinks
his
an iron
torso.
cross is
Yes,
just a pretty
exactly.
snazzy logo, brother. Praised be to Yevon.
All right, that person who just mentioned the Iron Cross, not the Iron Cross in particular, but I do hate that certain symbols have become associated with certain groups because it's unfortunate. Some of those symbols are really cool, but now they're ruined by the association with
Yeah, maybe we
certain
don't.
individuals.
Maybe we don't praise the Iron Cross or other symbols of Nazi Germany.
I said not the Iron Cross in particular, but like there are cool like I think the
'cause
Gadsden
they
flag is
ruined
really
a bunch of
cool, but
symbols
like
that were
it's been
cool.
Just say the
ruined.
mangy man.
Celtic runes are cool, but they're ruined.
You know why they're called old head? Because they never get out of bed, because they have no jobs. Bleedsport.
They ruined Hindu swastikas. It's they
Yes,
must.
they did.
Yes.
But they're a different. They're not on end,
They're at a
and they
different
go the other
angle.
direction. Yeah, they're not on
Marble
end, so
statues
they're
are
like
cool,
flat.
but they've been ruined
But they
by
still
historical
ruined it.
Twitter.
They still ruined them. Yeah.
Like you're not going to put a Hindu one on your bumper.
Oh no, there are people. Listen, I live where there's like a really high population of people from East Asia or Southeast Asia, and they put it on like
That's
their
so
car, and they put it in. But it's different. It's red. It's red. It's clearly not the same thing.
How
Plus, when you
Red
see the
like
driver,
blood.
look it
Blank
up.
asterisk is cool,
It's
but it has
clearly a
been
different
ruined by
thing.
Twitter.
Society has been ruined by TikTok and social media in general.
Society's been ruined by how those young kids don't want to
By
work
people.
anymore. And we worked so much harder when I was a kid.
They
All
work
I'm
so much
saying
harder
is that
because their
maybe we
pay
should go
was
to
a
those
greater
old ghettos
proportion
and
of.
see what's up, brother. Also, he's right. In Asia, they're a symbol of good fortune and spiritualism.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Asia.
So just realize that they
It's
have
a separate question from whether you should put one on your bumper sticker
in
or
the
not.
US.
But it's
Yeah.
a different it's
Robo, I
visually
recognize
distinct.
it's a different symbol. It has a different design and color scheme. The concern is random people who you see on the street aren't going to know that.
It confuses whites all the time.
Not this white.
There's an old bed here. I can smell
This
it.
white.
I can smell half
This
a
white
one.
is cultured.
All right,
Like
that is
yogurt.
enough Nazi talk. How about that BEM?
We never
this-
mentioned the N word. All right.
Star Trek did. Not in this episode, though.
Oof.
Yes, of course, Commander Spock. It is the best way. You can see them from the inside. This one has successfully infiltrated their sacrifice ceremony.
Gimme that white culture. Put it in a little petri dish winking face.
No, we're past that
BND
now.
and the Inky
like
Machine.
yogurt.
We're past that now. We're back to Star Trek.
You know, all right. I'll leave it there, Ryan, out of respect for your stream.
Okay. So anyway, we're gonna burn Kirk and Spock alive. It seems good. I'm in for it. Oh, Spock didn't
Yep,
even
this is
die
it, this is the
last
end of Star Trek.
episode. Oh, what a letdown.
Yeah, I've polluted
Also-
this place quickly. Sorry, LOL.
Those bars look really wide. I feel like they could get through, or at least Bem could. I don't think he's trapped.
Yep.
I don't think any of them are trapped. Wait. These cages are awful.
Do you play Russia, Soma?
Not really.
They bumped all the anti-air vehicles up by 0.3. It's really frustrating.
Hmm.
Is every member of this species like this? We've had 2 examples, and both of them were just screwing with the crew.
It seems to be part of their culture.
Like, normally I wouldn't be down for generalizing a culture like this, but it's Star Trek, so are they all like this?
It does seem to be their culture.
Oh, he's not...
Ben should run a food truck. He's a one-man cook crew.
He's not one creature. He's 3 or 4 separate entities that just hang out. Wait. Does each of his parts need to go through the academy separately? I mean, it seems like we've solved the episode. We've got phasers and communicators. We're on a planet of primitives. I feel like we've just
got
won.
another red
These
to
things are the
encounter.
spawn of Ungoliant.
You get it because he's Scottish?
Yeah.
Who cares if you're seen? You've got a phaser. Just leave. They're lizards with spears. What are they going to do about it?
Uhura.
Uhura, yeah, what's up? They can't put away their
That
weapons.
is
You
some-
have them in stasis.
Some discount special effects right there.
Oh,
It's
honorary
kinda funny.
commander.
Yeah.
Honorary.
It's kind of funny how in animated form this is the easiest thing to do, just freeze them in place and only animate their mouths, whereas in
Yeah.
real world it'd be harder.
I mean, yeah.
Did
you
McCoy's
have to have the
tunic
actors
change
stand-
color there?
Don't worry about it.
Wasn't McCoy got a yellow tunic? What?
McCoy is Captain Spock.
Bam, come on. What do you...
I kinda wish TAS still used the weird filter TOS used on close-ups of random ladies. That weird oily filter.
Even TOS stopped using it in season 3, thankfully. We've had... I have had more than enough Vaseline for this show. So, this culture is being watched over by Uhura's ghost? Who, like, raised them from normal lizards to intelligent lizards?
No screw it. Put the Vaseline on the actors.
Really, that judgment was an error. Oh, so they're a racist planet. They're one of
Like the
them.
decontamination chamber in Enterprise.
What the? Hang on. The locals are being protected by a ghost. That's not fair.
At least it's not like TMP where they put Vaseline on one camera to make it out of focus and then they stitch the footage together with another camera shot.
Isn't that what they did?
Kirk, what frequency is the ghost on? What's the ghost channel? Wait, but wait. But the intelligence is watching. They didn't do anything before. They were just running.
Yeah.
And it saw them. Oh, well, that was easy, actually.
Just talk.
Okay, so this is where we're ripping off Justice. This is the Edo god.
Justice. Justice. What about justice for Wesley? This is justice for Wesley, let's be honest. Execute the little punk.
You're just jealous because you weren't the Mozart of physics.
Oh yeah, that's it. I'll tell you this, when you're like a gifted student and they put all this pressure on you to like do really well, it makes you want to do nothing at all. Or it can.
Wait, no,
The
Kirk,
people who
just
did
leave.
really well in school tended to be people who were kind of like only slightly above average, but with really good work ethic.
Is the ghost okay with this?
Why is this guy a combiner?
It's just his species, man. Leave him alone.
How do you evolve that?
Carefully. Eventually, over time. How do you evolve to be a half goo, half solid creature?
I needed a lot of assistance to get
Are you
through
half
school
goo,
because
half
it was so
solid?
boring.
Well, we recently learned that a species is half goo. They can turn from goo to solid.
Yes.
Bem is basically a colony person from all tomorrows.
Pretty
Robo,
sure I
stop
can turn
eating chips
everybody
into your
here
microphone.
into pure goo.
Yes, disassemble Bem. Do it.
Disassemble dead.
No, disassemble! Johnny 5, no disassemble. So, have you seen
Wow, this
Johnny
got
5?
heavy all of a sudden.
Have you seen Short Circuit?
I have, but like soon after its release, so yeah. If you didn't already know how old I am, that tells you a lot.
Now
almost the
let's
same age, it's
disassemble
okay.
you, Mr. Tuvix.
Disassemble Tuvix, no disassemble. Ours.
Okay, yeah, I get it. It's
This
a
one does
moral
actually have
episode, Uhura.
That's a strong moral episode, which is genuinely a very good moral outcome.
I say we put Commander Bem in the bad room for 20 years. That will make him learn from his mistakes.
I say we dump him in the Rotis backwater planet and just leave him there. That would teach him.
I vote we bring him to beautiful New Zealand.
Yeah.
He's going to Brazil.
Oh, is that how humans became intelligent? There was a ghost guiding us? You're still an eggling? Dude, you look like you're 45. What do you
The
mean?
point was that he has a lot to learn, is what he's saying.
Ah, okay. He's a Commander Rainer sort of eggling.
Yeah.
Okay, we did it. We got away. We finished the episodes for today, and next week will be the final episodes for the animated series.
Yep, just 4 of them.
It will be The Practical Joker, which is about something, Albatross, which is about something, How Sharper Than a Serpent's Tooth, which is, I think we meet like an was it Quetzalcoatl? Something like that.
That sounds cool.
And then the counterclock incident, which I assume is a time travel thing, or time loop, or something to that effect.
Ooh.
I'm assuming
always down
based
for
on the
time
name
loop.
I
counterclock
don't
incident.
remember it. Maybe I'm sure I watched it, but some I don't remember.
The one with Mr. Walking Bear.
Hey Mark, what is the TAS episode, The Counterclock Incident, about? He'll know. Mark knows everything.
The first episode next week is fun.
Okay, well, it thinks he thought I said the Tasmania
counterclock
episode.
Incident. 'Tis a yarn spun about age and time, reminiscent of the ever-changing tides
Look forward
that our
to the
beloved
next
humpback
one.
whales traverse. In brief, the crew finds themselves rapidly regressing in age, yielding
Oh, no.
to youth like bright stars turning backwards in
Oh.
the midnight sky.
Okay, it's Rascals.
Not a time
We
loop.
figured it out. We're gonna end the series on Rascals. Kirk really wants to see his father Spock.
Oh no, yes, it's How Sharpen the Serpent's Tooth that is really problematic.
Oh, fun.
Well, let's find out. Hey, Mark.
It is. Yeah.
The episode How Sharper Than a Serpent's Tooth, what's it about, and do you think there are any socially problematic aspects to it? Let's see. Because, I mean, I know it's going to have to display some sort of Native American culture, which never really goes
That
well.
episode, 'tis like a fable of an ancient
Star
sea
Trek.
serpent from the lips of Ahab himself. The Enterprise crew tangles with a godlike alien who influenced ancient Earth civilizations. While it offers grand spectacle, some parts may seem as out of tune as a humpback singing in a bathtub. raising eyebrows over cultural presumptions.
Okay. Thanks, Mark. Got it. So,
I mean,
Soma, your prompt?
You know, that's a vivid image, but I'm not sure a humpback
Yeah.
sitting in a bathtub is that out of tune necessarily. Like, it could be perfectly.
Because it's not big enough, so only like parts of the song will actually be going through water.
That's fair. It will
Soma,
distort
you
the
promised
sound.
us,
Yeah.
some pretty severe cringe with the Jihad episode, and it was kind of weird, but it wasn't like deep.
Yeah, it was better than I remembered it.
So,
But this
how
one
sharper than a
is,
serpent's tooth? I don't know if I believe you, man.
Oh, well. It's not.
We'll just have to see.
It's not outright bad in that fashion, and it does end somewhat reasonably. But there are lots of elements of talking about the torture and things like that, and several tortures, and yeah.
I assume this is going to be another case of the Star Trek writers.
TBH, that
have never
episode
talked
is
to
still
a
better than
Native
all of
American in
Chakotay's
their
fake
lives.
native stuff.
Yeah.
I assume that's going to be
That's
the
kind
case.
of what it. Yeah.
But yeah, we'll find out next week. Next time on Star Trek, the animated series. And then we're going to watch the Kelvin movies after that. Should be good. Not in
Nice.
the same week. We're done here.
I genuinely like 09. It's really good.
09 is good. So is Beyond.
Yeah.
Into Darkness is
And
also
Into
there.
Darkness, it would have been better if they just changed who the character was. That's it. It's the
They
only
did
change
change
they
it.
needed
It's
to make.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
They just needed to change the name of the character, and the film would have been a million times better.
Okay, we're done. Stream's over. Go away.
Yep. Right. Have a lovely week.
Bye.